What's going on, guys, and welcome back to The Edge, where we help high performers drop stubborn belly fat, build strength and muscle, and reignite their energy and drive no matter how busy life is. I'm Owen Keeley, performance coach, international athlete and national record holder. I've helped hundreds of high performers rebuild their bodies, energy and focus, all by installing proven, time efficient and decision light systems through the Everyday Stronger method. This is where we break down those systems, share the principles behind them, and help you take back control of your body and your life. Let's get into it. One of the most underrated skills in training, especially for people who already have high standards, is learning how to adjust intensity based on how your body feels that day. Because not every day feels the same. Your body is not a robot. Some days you walk into the gym fired up, other days work stress is high, sleep is low, and your energy's flat. Most people ignore either and then just grind through it no matter what, or just skip the session altogether. But there is a third option, the smart one, and it's what elite lifters, athletes, Olympic champions, and experienced high performers do automatically. They auto-regulate. They know how to dial intensity up or down without losing progress. And that's what we're going to cover today. How to train smart on the day, so that you can keep stacking wins even when life is not perfect. Because stubbornness with your intensity will only get you so far. So by the end of the episode today, you're going to know exactly how to, first of all, understand why adjusting intensity matters for long-term strength and progress. Number 2, know what to do on low energy days. Number 3, know how to flip that approach on high energy days. Number 4, how to use reps in reserve to measure intensity precisely and train at the right level for you that day. And number 5, finally, we'll talk about mindset and how to win every session, even when it's not perfect. So to hop straight into number 1, why it matters and how training is not linear. So your body doesn't care what's written on your plan. It cares about readiness. That changes based on sleep, nutrition, stress, recovery, mindset. Trying to force 100% effort every time is like trying to sprint every step of a marathon. It's not sustainable and it's not even productive. Auto-regulating doesn't mean slacking off. This is the big thing that I see and I hear so frequently. It is such a misconception. What it means is it means staying adaptable. So dialing down, say 5 to 10% on a rough day allows you to bounce back and have a great session the next day, the day after that, the day after that. And when you look at your progress across the span of a week, you are in such a better place after dialing down 5 to 10% on that first day versus forcing your way through that first session, it having a negative knock-on effect on the second, on the third, on the fourth. And then before you know it, you're in a position where you need to take a couple of days off to allow yourself to recover. Number 2, low energy days. So how do we manipulate these to suit? With these, we want to keep it really simple. Dial down the compounds, dial up the accessories. If you're under-recovered, stressed, or running on little sleep, keep it simple when it comes to training. Pull back on the heavier compound lifts. These are things like our squats, our deadlifts, our presses. A simple 5 to 10% is going to be plenty to allow you the rest and recovery that you need. These lifts are more systemically fatiguing and are typically not a good idea to push when you are running on low energy. Focus on hitting perfect reps, not personal bests. Then we want to think about dialing up the accessories. So things like our curls, our extensions, our lateral raises, our isolation work. We want to be pushing these sets to near failure and even tacking on an extra 1 to 2 working sets on each one. These are a hell of a lot easier to recover from, but they still give you that mental and physical edge. You'll walk out of the gym knowing that you trained smart, not soft, and your body will thank you for it the next day. Number 3, on those high energy days, we want to flip the switch. So when sleep, nutrition, and energy are dialed in, or even just when we walk into the gym and we are feeling phenomenal, that is the day to push. We want to think about adding weight, adding speed, adding intent on those heavier compound lifts. These are the days where progress will compound the fastest, but just remember, once you have pushed your compounds hard, accessories can stay technical and controlled. We want to be going for quality over quantity here. We are probably going to be pretty fatigued coming into the accessories. Number 4, how hard to push. So how do we use reps in reserve or? For the big lifts, we want to aim to stop 1 to 3 reps shy of failure. So what this means is if you could do, say, 10 reps on a set of squats, we want to be stopping somewhere between the 7 to 9 rep range on this one. That's your sweet spot for strength and muscle growth with manageable fatigue, or in other words, fatigue that you can recover from quickly. For accessories, curls, raises, extensions, we want to be going close to failure for working sets. So leaving about 0 to 2 reps in reserve is perfect. You'll build muscle efficiently without frying your nervous system. This is the balance that keeps you progressing without constantly deloading or overtraining. And number 5, a key mindset shift to win the day. So training this way shifts you from chasing ego to chasing execution. You stop judging success by how destroyed you feel after a session, and you start judging it by how well you performed relative to the day that you had. Some days winning the day means hitting 95%, and other days it means showing up and executing 85%. Either way, you're winning because you're consistent. That's the difference between people who burn out and people who just keep building. And this is actually a lesson that I have taken from the Chinese weightlifting system when I was over in one of their state centers, training with some world champions, some Olympic champions and Olympic coaches there. Their ability to auto-regulate on the day was very clearly used, more than I'd ever seen it before. And until this point, this center had the highest number of world champions and Olympic medalists that I have ever been in before. Are the two directly correlated? Maybe, maybe not, but I don't think it's coincidence. So the big takeaway for today is that you don't need to crush every session, you just need to win every session. Learn to auto-regulate, push when you can, pull back when you should. That's how you'll build real strength, longevity, and results that last. If this episode helped you rethink progress, share it with someone who's been pushing through bad days and wondering why they're always exhausted and stuck. It might help them train smarter and not just harder. It also helps us to grow the channel organically, which genuinely does mean a lot for me and the team. And as always, if you've got any questions or want to share your wins, send me a quick message or DM on Instagram. Train smart, stay ready, let's get after it.